In today's video, we're going to talk about the best VPNs to use in India. So whether you're trying to avoid government censorship and surveillance, or looking to access Indian content or apps that are geo-locked elsewhere, I'll show you how everybody's doing it. There are 3 VPNs that tend to be the best, and I'll briefly talk about what each of them has to offer in terms of features and budget so that you can pick out the VPN that works best for you. So when it comes to India, it's rare to find VPNs that have strict no-logs policies and Indian servers at the same time. And that's because most of the VPNs that value user privacy have shut down their Indian servers in response to India's Computer Emergency Response Team rules published in 2022, which forced VPN providers to store and share user data with the government. Now, in the case of Express, Nord, and Surfshark, they do in fact have strict no-logs policies that have been tested and verified by independent auditing firms like Deloitte or PricewaterhouseCoopers and KPMG, all of which have confirmed that these VPNs are committed to the privacy of their users. So the question is, how do they manage to have Indian servers but not adhere to Indian government laws? Well, they're kind of skirting around it by using virtual servers not exactly located in India, but in a nearby country. However, the IP addresses you'll get when connected to these servers are in fact Indian IP addresses. For example, suppose you choose to use ExpressVPN to connect to India. In that case, your network traffic will be routed through a server in either Singapore or the UK, and you'll be assigned an Indian IP address so that your traffic appears to come from India itself. So when you connect, like so, now you can access all the Indian content you want without being forced by the Indian government to collect and share your data. So these 3 VPNs have been chosen specifically because they're also the best at accessing Indian content consistently and without having many issues whatsoever. Because most streaming services these days, like Disney Hotstar, use firewalls that can detect whether or not you're trying to access their website with encrypted traffic. And in such scenarios, they would just prevent you from accessing the website altogether until you turn off the VPN. Now, this doesn't exactly apply here because all 3 of these VPNs have the proper obfuscation technology that would hide the fact that you're using a VPN from the firewall by making your encrypted traffic look like it's normal traffic coming from someone trying to access the website from India. So by doing this, these sorts of websites can't identify that you're using a VPN, and so you don't have any issues when it comes to accessing them. Besides that, these 3 also have a huge list of servers, and they regularly recycle their IP addresses to make sure you'll always have access to all Indian streaming platforms, even if some of their old IP addresses were stopped by the firewall. So that said, if you do end up somehow in a situation where you can't access their Indian servers, just know that it's extremely rare with these 3 VPNs from my experience. And these issues are usually remedied by speaking to the live support teams, which are typically super helpful and are also available 24/7. Now, this situation could happen to pretty much any VPN. However, most other VPNs don't have the resources to work around these situations, whereas Express, Nord, and Surfshark are the most effective at countering all of these issues. And they consistently work to give you access not only to Indian content, but pretty much all sorts of streaming libraries from around the world. All right, so these are the main reasons why I consider Express, Nord, and Surfshark to be the best VPNs to use in India. That said, despite these 3 having things in common, like the kill switch and their no logs policies, they still differ in what they have to offer in terms of specific features and also their price. But that being said, you can get any of them for under $5 a month, so they definitely fit the budget. So starting with Express, the one I've been using here, it's probably the fastest when it comes to connecting and disconnecting from servers. Speaking of servers, Express has over 3,000 servers in 105 countries, including India, obviously. Besides that, Express is the best overall choice if you're looking for a VPN that feels integrated, sleek, and smooth, as it stays away from the more advanced settings that don't interest most beginner and intermediate users, or me. So you just open the app, connect to a server, and that's about it. Now, this does mean that it doesn't have a lot of bonus features like specialty servers or rotating IP or something, but it has everything you need if you want to have unfettered access to so much more content and websites than your own country offers. Express is adding new things every so often, including their refresh button, which exactly as it sounds, lets you refresh the app instead of disconnecting and reconnecting if there happen to be any issues. And check out Lightweight UDP, which is the fastest performing protocol, by the way, if you want to reduce any chance of lag. Overall, it's a high performance VPN with a strong emphasis on security as well as ease of use. Now, NordVPN is awesome if you want speed and a lot of features for a good price. Their NordLynx protocol makes it the fastest of the three, hitting speeds at almost 3,000 megs per second. So it's great for streaming and gaming or downloading. And they have over 7,500 servers in 118 countries, including India. So you can explore platforms like Z5 and Sony Live. And you can also get extras like a tool to block ads and malware and an app-specific kill switch and special servers for extra privacy or file sharing and a whole bunch of other functions. And it's around $309 a month for a 2-year plan. So that's also a great deal if you want speed and options, especially for getting around India's restrictions. Surfshark's a good option at $209 per month for a 2-year plan using our discount links below, and it still holds up in terms of security and features. It is a bit slower than NordVPN or ExpressVPN, but it's still plenty fast for streaming or browsing. And with servers in over 100 countries, you can access global and Indian content easily. Their whole shtick is that you can put an unlimited number of devices on one subscription, unlike Express's 8 device limit or Nord's 10. So it's great for sharing with family or friends. And it's got the kill switch and tech to hide VPN usage and everything you need to stay safe in India. Overall, I chose these 3 over other VPNs on the market because they are true to their word when it comes to security and have what it takes to easily access Indian platforms or global platforms if you're within India. Now, this is just a brief overview of the VPNs, and if you'd like to know more details about them, you can check out the in-depth reviews in the description below. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. The links in the description will also lead you to the best discounts possible, so remember to take a look. Besides that, let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like me to cover regarding any content you want to stream or platforms you're trying to access. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.